What's up, guys? It's your boy Trooper back at it again with some more gaming related videos. And as you saw by the title, we're doing another nostalgia talk where I want to be talking about a game I used to play in the past, or pretty much like when I was a wee old lad and had a lot of nostalgic feelings in my heart that I had a lot of nostalgic feelings in my heart for. But yeah, this is this is me just talking freely. There's no scripts, nothing like that. I'm just talking to you guys, just like I'm talking to you in person. So yeah, for today's video, we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1. Now, oh man, I'm not sure if you guys played this, but this is probably one of my favorite PlayStation 2 Dragon Ball Z games that I played growing up. Actually, this is probably one of my actually thinking about it, I don't really remember playing too many like Dragon Ball Z games before this game. I do remember playing that the one on the Nintendo, I want to say GameCube. No, not GameCube. Nope, I lied. Nintendo Color. One of those. I think it was like one of those Game Boy Colors. I'm pretty positive it was Game Boy Color. I either play this one, like you would play as Goku, and you would play like through the Saiyan saga, and I think it ended during the Frieza saga. It was called like something, the Tales of Goku or something like that. That actually probably going to be another nostalgia vid. I definitely need to find the name of that game. I used to play that a lot. But yeah, outside of that game, I don't really remember playing too many Dragon Ball Z games before the Dragon Ball Budokai. But yeah, I had so much fun playing Budokai 1. I remember opening up that game for Christmas, playing that game like non-stop. I had so much fun. Being able to turn Super Saiyan felt so amazing on that game, even though it didn't have all the cool characters that I wanted. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it ended after the Cell saga or like during that time, so you didn't get to play against Boo, the Boo arc and all that, or none of the Dragon Ball GT characters, but I still had a blast playing it. I remember the graphics on that game were like so cool. Like they were very like cartoony, but it fit so right. It felt so right for Dragon Ball. And the characters that they did offer were also fun. Like from the top of my head, we had I know we had Cell, Captain Ginyu. You had like 16, 17, 18 androids. I'm not for sure if they had Android 19. I want to say they did. Frieza, of course, you had your first form and then your final form. I really, back then, I used to really wish they had other forms of Frieza. I wish you could play like Form 2 and Form 3, because I had the toy of Frieza Form 3, like with the alien type head from the Alien franchise. That was fun. And Form 2 I liked a lot because he was tall and buff. I really liked that as a kid. Of course you had Goku, you had your base form, and then you had like your Kaioken, different forms, and then you had the ultimate freaking Super Saiyan, which I love playing against. I love having and playing against other people. You had like Great Saiyan Man, he was cool. Hercule was cool. If I'm not mistaken, back then he had like the jetpack, so that's how he could fly in the game. That was fun. You had Krillin, Nappa, your boy Piccolo, Vegeta, of course. And you had Yamcha too, and you had Zarbon, and some few other characters too. Yamcha was actually pretty good because you had like the Wolf Fang Fist. I used to love using that on people. But yeah, they had a story mode, and you played like the 3 different sagas. You played a little bit of the 3 different sagas. It wasn't advanced as other Dragon Ball Z games, as you probably can imagine from a PlayStation 2 game, but it was still pretty fun. I still had a blast playing that. Also too, you had like the World Tournament mode. I used to play that so much. Even though I didn't have online, I'm not sure if the game even had online back then. I used to just play that like a ton, just trying out different characters, trying to beat the game with Goku, trying to beat it with Vegeta, just trying to get as much Zeni as I possibly could on that game. Also too, on that one, if I'm not mistaken, if you were weak, okay, let's say I was Super Saiyan 2, right, and my power level was low, I could get knocked out of my Super Saiyan form. I thought that was cool. and I didn't like it at the same time. Like, if it fit right in the actual series, and I, like, you know, if I'm playing against somebody who's a Super Saiyan, like maybe my cousin or one of my friends, and you know they were beating me and I knocked them out of their Super Saiyan, that was cool. But when I'm getting knocked out of my Super Saiyan form, that sucked. But yeah, like, yeah, those transformations were fun on that game. I didn't really have too much of a big issue on that. I just have a fond memory of, you know, being able to get knocked out of that. I also remember too on that one that you weren't able to actually like just fly. Like in newer Dragon Ball games, you can actually just pretty much fly whenever, like Xenoverse, for example. Dragon Ball Budokai 1 was more of a 2D fighter or 2D, 3D type of fighter. But it was ground based. Yeah, like you could go in the air, like somebody can knock you up in the air and then you can kind of fight in the air, but it was still that 2D type of style. You know, you weren't just flying around picking your direction like Xenoverse 2 or Xenoverse 1, for example. But back then that was fun. And thankfully we're getting Dragon Ball Fighters, which is looks like a dedicated 2.5D type of fighter. I played that game. I played the that one of those closed betas. I'm not sure if you guys saw that on my channel already. If you haven't, I'll probably have a link or something, but like in the comment section below. But yeah, that was fun. That was like, if Dragon Ball Budokai had gameplay like that back then, that would have been amazing. But back then, that 3D, 2D type of fighter feel, it felt right. A lot of games were doing that back then, and you know, you had the Dragon Ball style, so that was definitely fun. Outside of that, there really wasn't too much I remember that I liked or disliked. I just had a fond memory of playing that Dragon Ball game when I was younger. I like the characters. I wish there was more like Boo, but you know, in Dragon Ball Budokai 2, you would actually be able to play as Boo, and you know, some of the Cell Saga characters like Dodoria and well, not Dodoria. I'm thinking of somebody else. Dabura. That's the person I'm thinking of. He was fun. I'm not sure if they had Ultimate going on there or not. I'm gonna definitely have to try to find that, because I still have the game like somewhere in here. Like, I still got Budokai 1 and I still got Budokai 2, so I'm gonna definitely have to find that somewhere in here. But I just had a fond memory of playing that. The story mode was like pretty fun. The graphics were, to me, it looked pretty good, you know, from back then. Looking back at it now, yeah, it does look like a PlayStation 2 game, but back then graphics looked way different than they do now, which is crazy how that works, because, you know, stuff back then you would think looked so real, and then like 5 or 10 years later you're looking back and like, wow, how did I even think that looked good? How did I even think that looked real? I'm thinking games nowadays look real, but then 10 years from now, the games that we're looking at now, like Battlefront 2, like Star Wars Battlefront 2 from EA, you know, that game may look super old. But yeah, guys, that was I guess my quick little talk about Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1. Had a lot of fond memories, just, you know, just playing the different characters, you know, just by myself on the you know, the tournament. I do remember playing against my sisters a lot too. They used to love playing as one of the androids. Actually, they actually like playing as both Android 18 and 19. I'm not sure exactly why, but they both like the androids. But my favorite back then was Goku. Now, if I would have played, I probably would play with Vegeta a lot more. But anyway, guys, I guess we're going to go ahead and end this here. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Budokai? Did you guys play that when you were growing up? Did you guys even have a PlayStation 2? I'm not sure how old you guys are or how young you guys are. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys even had a PlayStation 2 back then, but I had a lot of fond memories on my PlayStation 2, and I'm definitely going to have a lot more, you know, PS2 and other systems of games that I used to play back in the day. But I guess we're going to go ahead and end this vid here. If you like the content and like the new series, this nostalgia talk where I'm just pretty much talking, you know, from the top of my head, no scripts, no editing, you know, just talking to you guys. Definitely let me know in the comment section below with a like or a subscribe. But I guess we're going to go ahead and end this here, and I hope that all of you have a groovy day today. Cheers.